It is time to finally talk about my 2020 keyword strategy. Now, you've probably seen in the past my strategy with how I use each boxes, 2 boxes for who is the product for, 2 boxes for what is the product, 2 boxes for niche related terms, and then finally a box for like a gym box, a bonus box, I like to call it. So that has changed. Okay. So we'll type everything out here and then I will explain it. So box 1, I still like to keep it. Who is your product for? Okay, so is it for children, kids, boys, girls, men, women, teachers? Who is your demographic that you are trying to sell to? Box 2, what is your actual product? Okay, what are you actually selling? Are you selling an activity book? Are you selling a puzzle book? Are you selling a self-help meditation book? Are you selling a gratitude book? What are you actually selling? Now, some of these words will probably be in your title or subtitles, so you might not need all 50 characters here. Box 3, long tail keyword phrase. And then we'll put phrases here because sometimes long tail keywords are just 2 to 3 words. You can fit 2 of those per these boxes. Box number 4, I like to do the same thing. And then box number 5 again. And then finally, box number 6. And then finally, box number 6, I like to go ahead and do niche related terms. And then box 7 is still a overflow box. So overflow / gym box, I like to call it. This is where things can be used like gifts, birthday, white elephant, anything funny, cool, awesome, cute, anything along those lines you can use down here in the gym box. Or if you need extra space for what is your actual product, niche related terms, who is your product for? You can go ahead and use box 7 for that. And this is just mine. You can tweak the strategy however you would like it. So let's go ahead. I like to start with boxes 3, 4, and 5, because if you come through something like Cerebro, which we talked about in the Understanding BSR's video, we can remember talking about the IQ score. The higher the score, the better off you are, as long as that phrase is relevant to what you are actually selling. And then up here, they also show you the most used keywords here as a singular, not in a long tail keyword phrase. So if you started going, okay, well, I'm selling a coloring book, so what is my product? I'm going to use the words coloring, activity, drawing. Let's see here if there's anything else. Maybe it's educational. Okay, so I go ahead and fill all of that in as what is your actual product. Well, if you take a look, a lot of these long tail keyword phrases, they use some of those words. So if you start with the singular words and these 3 boxes here, then your long tail keyword phrases are just going to be heavily repeating themselves. So what I like to do is I like to use my 2 free searches a day on Helium 10. And then I also like to use BookBolt Scout. Now, I know I'm trying to make this as free as possible. I know most of you have BookBolt or have a trial that you could grab for it. So BookBolt Scout allows you to reverse search an ASIN. So you can go to Amazon. You can take the ASIN of a book. So you could take the ASIN, scroll down here. There's a few different places that you can see it. You can see it right here. If you have the Helium 10 extension, you can find it, the ISBN down below, but then you can also find it right up here in your address bar. It'd be these numbers here. You pop that in and on BookBolt, and you can go ahead and reverse search, and they'll pull very similar to Cerebro on Helium 10. They'll pull, how many total items are populating for a certain phrase. It'll give you estimated search volumes. It'll give you if they're ranking it all. So I like to compare and contrast both of these. I couldn't pick one or the other. I like BookBolt. I like everything that it has to offer, the designer, which we'll be talking about in a later video. And then I also like Cerebro. I like the way it looks and the way it's laid out. But you only get 2 free searches a day, and it is very, very expensive to subscribe to. I used to be subscribed to it until BookBolt came out with this. Now, while I do my research every day, I go ahead and use my 2 free searches. And by the time I'm done researching, I have enough data to start writing my keywords in here. So if I'm going through here, I'm not going to use a word, something like kids color books. Okay. Now that is technically a long tail keyword phrase. You can see that Cerebro IQ score is at 5. Okay. Search volume is at 284 estimated. And then you can see there's over 60,000 competing products. That is an absolute horrible ratio. But we keep coming down through here. You can see Cerebro, just dinosaur coloring books. There's 3,300 searches a month, and there's 2,000 competing products. Now, I feel like this 2,000 is kind of low, so let's go ahead and take a look at Amazon here. And it's still showing over 2,000 results. But if we go to page 3 here, we'll see if that number updates. So let's go down here. Let's go to page 3. Nope, it's staying at over 2,000 results. I'm kind of surprised. I thought there'd be a lot more than that here. So this might be a long tail keyword phrase, as long as it's not in my title or subtitle, that I drop in here. Now we can go back here. We can keep looking for relevant keywords. I tried to sort this data and try to use the highest Cerebro and the highest search volume keywords that have the lowest competition. You can see dinosaur coloring book is here. We have books, so we'll rank for both of those phrases. And I'll come through here and I will actually use as many of these characters as possible. I'll try to use all 350 characters. So we can see here, dinosaur coloring books we already have, but then for kids ages 4 through 8. So I'm actually going to replace that keyword here with this entire phrase, because not only will we rank dinosaur coloring books, but we'll also rank for kids ages 4 to 8. We'll rank for dinosaur books. We'll rank for dinosaur books, kids, kids, books, dinosaurs, all of those different ways that you could twist and reword this phrase. We will rank for those at some point. And if someone searches those on Amazon, you can use them. Now, I want to show you something I do not want everyone doing, and that is to go over here, and we'll just kind of scroll down here, and we'll try to find something crazy. So today's hits piano book. Oh, well, it is getting something like 4,269 results. There's like almost no competing product. I'm going to use that. So let's say we're going to take this, we're going to drop this in here, and now we are going to rank our dinosaur coloring book for today's hits piano book. That has no relevance to what we are selling here. Do not start adding in keywords that are not relevant to what you are actually selling. Okay, Amazon likes to bring back relevant results to customers. If they start bringing back super random results, they're less likely to get sales. If Amazon is not selling any products because it's bringing back things that the customer does not want or is not looking for, then their revenue goes down. So only use keywords that are relevant to your book. Now, while today's hits piano book might be doing very, very well with search volume, it is not relevant to what we are selling here. And you do not want your book to be in places that it should not be. You want to give back relevant results to the customer. Something else to think about is, how would you search for a dinosaur coloring book? Are you going to type in age ranges? This is why I always say it's important to know your demographic, know what you're selling, and know why you are selling something, because there's going to be search terms on here every once in a while that might be getting a little bit of search volume, and then you actually go and look at it and it's like, coloring book for 4-year-old boy. Estimated search volume 37 search results a month. Now, how many people actually search coloring book 4-year-old boy? Okay, probably not that many. I mean, right here it's showing us estimated 37 searches a month. So you have to take into consideration, how will a customer actually search for your book? If a customer is in the mood to buy, maybe it's for themselves, maybe it's for a child, a grandchild, a niece, a nephew, a friend's child, whoever it might be, how would they search for a dinosaur coloring book? Like, okay, we know little Jimmy loves dinosaurs. How would you search for that? Okay, are you going to go into Amazon, and odds are they're going to just go very broad here, dinosaur, and they're going to see, oh, okay, here's coloring books. So let's go ahead and type in coloring books. And then you can see all of these different long tail keyword phrases that are auto-populating on Amazon here. This is another way that you can find popular keywords, popular phrases, popular things people are searching onto Amazon. So we could actually take some of these and we could use these as long tail keyword phrases. Now, I like to always check this data. So we could drop a find on here. That keyword in particular is not ranking, but we could use something like the magnet tool, and you also get 2 free searches a day with this. So we could type in that entire phrase. It'll get keywords. It'll bring back relevant things. It'll give us estimated search volume, estimated competing products. But remember, if your ages are 8 to 12 in your keywords, and that's who you're targeting, your book's probably going to be a little bit more detailed. So let's see if it gives us it back here. It is not. So this keyword phrase is not giving it back here. You can see the distribution of this. There's 2,800 total keywords. That particular keyword is not getting any search volume it's showing. I guarantee you it is. It's just not populating here. But you have to take into consideration who you are selling to, because if your book is very, very simple, it's not very detailed. And if we take a look at these results here, okay, the details in this book versus the detail in these books here, and we can even drop it down to 2 to 4 years old, the detail is going to be crazy. This is a sponsored product, but we start looking at these and, well, they're very simple. There's nothing too detailed here, very easy to color. And then if we start looking at older ages, you can see a lot more detail starts coming in to the dinosaurs themselves. So you want to make sure you understand your market and know who you're targeting, because you don't want to try to start targeting 8 to 12-year-olds, okay? And this is the level of quality and detail there when your book is, very simple, or the other way around. You wouldn't want to see, a 3-year-old attempting to color a super detailed book. I think this is a misconception a lot of people have. There's 3 parts of research. You have to know what you are selling, why you are selling, and who are you selling it to. We'll talk about this in a later video, but take those things into consideration when you are sitting there and you're working on a book and saying, okay, it's time to get my keywords. I'm using BookBolt. I'm using Helium 10. I'm using the autofill from Amazon. My book's really aimed at, 4 to 8-year-olds, but 12 to 16-year-olds is populating in the auto search result. Well, it might be auto-populating there, but is that really your target demographic? So you can get very picky with your details and your keywords here. So don't be afraid to, not use a keyword if it's not perfectly relevant to your book. You can always go in, you can use AMS later on. You can do some manual targeting, test out keywords, see how they convert. And then any books in the future, you have all of this data, like, okay, this book's doing well. These are the keyword phrases I use. These are the AMS ads I ran to the book. Here are the phrases that did really, really well with the AMS ads. Here's the phrases that did not do well. So then you are able to say, these are the keywords I'm using on my next book. There's a lot of testing and strategy that goes into launching new books. And every book you launch, you should be learning a thing or two new about it. So that is my 2020 keyword strategy. I know some of you are thinking, okay, Jacob, why is this video only 10 to 12 minutes long here? It's because we will be doing a 2-week challenge. Okay. We'll be doing a 2-week challenge when I get back from vacation. So in July, we'll be doing a free 2-week challenge where there's no opt-ins or sign-ups, and there's no upsells, I should say. You'll have to sign up so you can have access to it, but there's no upsells. You're not going to get in and on the first day be like, well, you have to buy this program for $1,000. Okay, no, it's going to be completely free to join, and we'll be doing a lot of this live. I just wanted a mini course to give you guys while I am gone that can give you a good, clear, fresh view of everything, my 2020 keyword strategy. And then if you attend the 14-day challenge, you will see all of these things we talk about in every single one of these videos live and actually happening. I just am kind of breaking down the steps here, and then you can actually see them happen in person live, or if you are unable to attend live, watch the replay. So be on the lookout for that. I purposely put this segment at the end of this video because this video will probably be the one that gets the most views throughout the entire course. I know a lot of people have been waiting on this. So the KDP challenge is coming in July. It'll be 14 days long, content every day live. If you are unable to attend live, we will be offering the recordings. I believe I have some buddies that are going to do it with me. So that is my 2020 keyword strategy. And to recap here, box 1, who is your product for? Box 2, what is your actual product? Box 3, 4, and 5 is long tail keyword phrases. Box 6, niche related terms. And then box 7 is an overflow or gem box. Now, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. And remember, we will be doing all of this live, start to finish, with a book that you guys pick during the 14-day challenge. So hopefully this clears some questions you have. I look forward to seeing you guys in the 14-day challenge, and please continue watching through all of the videos because there's additional videos after this one.